As part of the crown moulding, this is the top of the bookcase, and we're going to put a thumbnail moulding around the top. To do that, we need a cutting gauge to help us mark it out, and then we need a 3/4 inch hollow plane to form the thumbnail, and a rebate to do the top of the thumbnail. Once again, they had dedicated planes back years ago when they were doing this moulding all the time. But those two planes can make a very simple and elegant thumbnail moulding. We'll also be doing it on the end grain, so round this, the front of the top and around the side. The back won't have anything on it. So first thing, I'm going to set my cutting gauge just under 3/4 of an inch, because then I can cut back to the 3/4 to make it look nice, and that's something you just look at it and go, I'm going to take a little bit more off, or no, I'm not. So run that around the top, across the end grain. This is already cut to size, so notice I'm using wooden dogs. Well, with my hollow plane, once again, when you're starting moulding, set them quite deep so you can remove a lot of material quickly. Basically, if you hold the plane at 45 degrees, that will give me my 90-degree segment. Towards the end, I have to roll it around this way to complete it. But if I hold it at 45, it'll give me the majority of the moulding. Once again, you can see the 5-degree skew on the blade, helping with shaving removal. Now I'm just going to start my rebate, cut slightly inside of where I want to be. Your fingers work quite nicely as a fence. Once you've got about 2 millimetres of depth there, or 1/16 of an inch, you can then lay your plane on its side and clean up the edge back this way. Don't try doing that until you've got enough edge, because it'll just skip over the top and you'll mark your board. Okay, now it's time to back the planes off a little bit. The thumb on the wedge, light tap there. Make sure the blade's in the middle. And that's about done for there. And that's quite eye-pleasing. Okay, the next bit we cut across here. Now, it wouldn't hurt to just give that a little bit of relief there. Same again, just use your fingers as a fence. Notice I've got a wooden dog in here, so I don't want to run my plane into a metal dog either. And you just, as you keep planing here, you'll see a line form. You just keep going down until they join it like a 45-degree mitre. Now, I'm getting a nice finish there on the end grain. If it wasn't nice, I'd try to come back the other way. You do get a slightly better finish by planing the correct way on end grain as well. Right, now very carefully I'm going to come back to the cutting gauge line. The cutting gauge line is going to give me that crisp edge to work to. Also, you'll find the skew angle on the rebate plane. It's mainly for shaving ejections in the long grain, but it gives you a slight skewing action on the end grain, which will give you a pretty nice finish. When I go to finish the crown moulding, I'll have this set up here, and you can see what it's going to look like. So that's ready to go. Finish the other end, and then we'll assemble our crown moulding at a later stage.